What's up guys, how's it going? So today I was just, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I think I was laying in bed and I was just casually, just laying in bed, just randomly thinking about stuff. Whenever this memory just came to my head. Alright, in this memory from back at like 2015, 2016, something like that. Alright, I was a fucking kid back then. Alright, and this memory that came to me was of me going to the water park, and it was a nice memory mostly until it arrived, until to this specific ride. To this day, I still hate it. Alright, not because it was scary, well, it was kind of scary, mostly because it was fucking painful. So, after remembering that, I just decided to, maybe I should just search in the internet, what the actual name of the slide was, what the type of slide or water slide that it was, just so that I could learn more about it. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna tell this fucking story. So yeah, this basically, like I said, this was back in 2016 or 2015, something. It was, I think, 2015. I went to a water park where I used to live. It was a nice water park. It had some really nice slides, blah blah blah. Wow, there was this one slide I hated it with my whole soul. Like, honestly, basically, I don't know. I've not been able to find like the exact model, but it's basically called the Skybox. I think I found the manufacturer, or at least this is like a newer version of it. But I think it's called the Skybox, and it's this. All right. It's this thing, alright. It's the Waterslides patented drop launch system, alright. How does a water slide that it's called, that has a drop launch system, make you feel safe? Like, to me, that just sounds that just sounds scary to me in itself. Like, the name in itself, drop launch system. What are you going to fucking do with me if I get in? And I think you see this fucking picture. Like, this doesn't show everything that go. Like, it just it looks like it just drops into fucking space or something. Alright, this looks like the type of escape pod that you see in movies and shit like that. It's a fully enclosed and standing, well, not on a transparent floor on mine, adds a straight drop to any speed slide. And it's this shit, no, this is like a newer version. Alright, the one that the one that it's in the water park that I used to go to, it was even fucking worse. It was like an older version. It was like the first version of it. And here you see that they are like kind of slanted, alright. Well, mine was like almost, just to say, it wasn't completely standing straight, because you will still have to like lay down on the back. But it was like, instead of being like this, it was like this. This one is like this, alright. The ones I was in was like this. You would almost have to be like straight up standing on, like standing, just completely vertical. They even have a video of it. Alright, let's see this video now. Alright, mine went to like full, alright, something like this. You basically just don't see shit after that. Alright, see how they just fucking drop? Like I said, this is like, a chill version of it. This is like the newer version. Alright, the older version was far worse. Alright, this is basically what it looks like. Alright, you just stand there and you just fucking drop. It even has like a fucking here's like the POV of it. Like I said, mine didn't even have like the see-through thing, at least as far as I remember. As far as I remember, it didn't. Maybe it did, I don't know. I guess I was too fucking scared to remember that. But like I said, you stand there, alright, like this. You're laying on your back, and you just feel like the water just dropping behind you. You just feel like the water just going on, just dropping behind you. And then these fuckers, alright, they have like speakers inside of it. Alright, they have like speakers like right behind you. And what they do is, when, well, for one, the controller of the whole ride, they can talk to you and say, hey, are you ready, blah blah blah, which is alright, because like I said, it's enclosed. At the same time, these fuckers play like a heartbeat in the background, so you just hear tuk 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 tuk, like, and it's not your heartbeat. It's like just a regular heartbeat, but faster than it should usually be. It's like a scared heartbeat, alright, and you just hear it like it's right behind you, tuk 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 tuk, and you just see this fucking picture, alright. This is all you see. You're like, are you ready? You're like, yeah, I'm ready. Alright, and you just hear this fucking picture, and the water's just running behind you, cold fucking water. This is what, like I said, this is what it looks like. Alright, Like I see some shitty fucking pictures, I know, but you know it's this. You just get into it, right? And you know what happened is I remember the stories. Well, first time that I went in, because I went in like a few times. You know, I just, you know, I go there with my brother, all right, and you know, he goes first, all right, and I think it was like someone else in my family that was there. You know, he was going to go first, and I was going to go later, and then the other family member, I don't know, remember who it was, but you know, they were like the oldest one. You know, they would just go last because they were the oldest one. They were the ones that would take care of me and my brother. All right, my brother's older than me. He's like 5 years older than me. You know, like I said, I was a kid. I was scared as fuck, and so was my brother. So it didn't fucking help. Remember, he just gets in. All right, he goes in. Blah blah. He just does like this. You know, the controller says, "Hey, are you ready?" My brother's like, "Yeah." Scared as fuck. You can see 3, 2, 1. All right, and you know, normally, all right, like I said, my brother is like 5 years older than me. So you know, you would expect him to, you know, be less scared than me. I don't know how or why. Somehow I'm usually, you know, I don't get scared as easily as him in some things, or you know, I just don't like overreact or not as impulsive in some things, you know, like him. So you know, I was scared watching him, alright, but somehow, but you know, he was even scared. He was even more scared apparently somehow, and you know, what he does is, you know, 3, 2, 1, he just fucking boom, slams, like he just slams the fucking door. He doesn't open because it's locked. All right, he just slams the door and then disappears, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not going in there. That just still plays in my memory of him just standing there, and the moment the fucking door opens, like under him, like the fucking like trap door opens under him, he just goes boom. He just slaps like the fucking door and just disappears, and I'm sitting there like, I'm not going in there, alright. And of course, I had to go in there after that. And, you know, I go in there and I'm like, oh my fucking god, how did I end up in here? So, you know, I close in, I'm just sitting there, and I just hear the heartbeat. I'm like, these motherfuckers have a speaker just playing a heartbeat sound, alright? And I'm like, and they're like, hey, are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready, yeah, I'm ready. Alright, and, you know, 3, 2, and 1, and I just see the floor disappear, and then everything goes black, like it just fucking died or something. I don't fucking and then the next thing I know, it's like boom, I'm on the water slide and I'm just sliding down at all full fucking speed. Now, like I said, why did you don't go black? I still don't know. Like that is something that has happened to me many times, in which I've fallen like without expecting, you know, of like short distances. You know, I had many times when, you know, with like a chair breaks, and then the next thing, and it's like I blink and I'm on the floor. Well, something was like this. It's like for some reason my brain just cannot process, right? Like, or most, I don't know if it happens to everyone, but it's like the brain just cannot process like the first like second of a drop, of an unexpected drop. It's like I blink and the next thing I know I'm on the water slide, and it hurts like hell. Like like I said, you see this, and it's like this is like a chill version of it, all right? Like I say, for this is like the chill version, this is like the easy version, alright? It's the nerf version, alright? It's more like horizontal, so it doesn't hurt. Like, mine was more vertical, so whenever you drop and you hit the slide, it hurts like hell. Which I don't know why they designed it like that, but it just hurt like hell. At least to me, because you fall on your back and it's like boom, and you just start sliding. Alright, like sure there was water in it, but it's still a fucking drop. You know, normally, you know, you would expect that would be like the end of it, like that would be the end of the painful part. After that, it's like wee, and just go spinning around, you know, like, you know, it's all closed in. You cannot see shit, but you're just going spinning around, going down until you hit the pool. Well, here, alright, it was like the paint didn't fucking end at that point. Like, you know how the tubes, like the water tubes in the water slide, have like connections, alright? It's like, you know, they're like in parts, like you have a part and then a part, and you just slowly start like, you know, they just connected like that. They're just easier to, you know, make like that, to manufacture, and to, you know, just move somewhere. I swear I could fucking feel like every single connection part, like just alright, like just hitting my back and just hurting a lot. Like it was just painful, honestly. And you know, I could, at the same time, it's like, I don't know why, if the water slide, like it like water, or like the fact that I was sliding down pushed like all the water that was in front of me and left nothing for my back. But I swear I could feel like the friction, of the water slide, of me just sliding down it. Now sure, it did have water because I didn't get hurt by that. It was all red, my back was all red, but it's not like I was losing skin. It's like I was burning or something, right? It lacked water. Like I could feel like every fucking inch of that water slide when I was sliding through it. I could feel the friction and I could just feel every single connection. So it was just, and then I just arrived there and I'm like, I'm not going back back up there ever, right? My mother, she was scared shitless whenever she saw that I was, in one of those slides. But it all ended up well. I think I went there like 2 or 3 more times. I still suffer in all of those. I don't know why. I don't know what is it with that fucking slide. It's just pure pain. Like at no point was I ever happy, just riding it. At no point it was, being like, oh yeah, I'm having fun. Like at no point was it that. Every single second of that ride until you hit the pole was just just being in pain. So yeah, I just don't know what the fuck is it with, like, who the fuck designed this ride? Alright, you have to be fucking crazy. You have to hate humanity to decide a slide like this. I'll search it at disappearing floor water slide. But then you see the names. And you have things like vanish point, alright, like you just disappear, which is true. Then you have all the words like dive bomber, alright. I'm sorry, dive bomber, alright. That's the kind of phrase that you say to a World War II veteran that fought for the United States in the Pacific, and they just get flashbacks from the Japanese kamikaze, planes just trying to crash into your boat. Like that's the same fucking thing. Like how do you tell someone, oh yeah, I'm going in the dive bomber water slide, and they think that it's a nice slide. Like that name, the name itself is scary, and then you see this. What the fuck is wrong with whoever designed this? I don't know. They just hate humanity. They just wake up and just like the first thing they do is just violence. When the moment they wake up, they woke up and they were like, you know what? I'm gonna design a what is it called? A drop launch system. All right, as a water slide. I just like sure, right? It was very safe. But it was already controlled. Like you had cameras, you have people. They had like multiple controllers or blah blah blah. But like I said, it was painful. There are more in other parks. I don't know if it's painful in all of them, but I honestly just don't want to find out at this point. And I was a kid, like I said, like I don't want to imagine being an adult, like I've already grown up, like 30 years old or something. Some people are gonna feel bad after I said that. 30 or 40 years old, just having to go through that. Like that just sounds painful. Like if it was painful to me when I was a fucking kid, it's gonna be painful to someone like that is 40 or 30 years old. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted. It's just the story that I wanted to talk about. Man, did I hate that fucking ride. And it was just pure pain, no fun, no enjoyment, and just just wanting it to end. And somehow I went on it like 3 more times. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, subscribe, and well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.